So I was listening to my readings today, and the reader spoke about spiritual PTSD. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on with me personally. And I started thinking deeper into it. And from the two that I've formed in my brain is of spiritual PTSD. And one is when you are continuously manifesting, doing work for yourself, you know, and feeling like it's not going anywhere. And, maybe because it's planetary, maybe because in your birth chart, something ain't supposed to hit until you're older. Like they always say, Capricorns don't get successful or whatever until they're older. So it may be something like that's not aligned just yet. And so when it finally does align and it feels right, but then again, you are afraid to put the effort into making the manifestations and the candles or the lamps make those work for you because you're afraid that it won't work. I believe that is definitely a form of spiritual PTSD because you're holding on to the trauma or the triggers of it's not going to work. And so then it doesn't work because you're blocking essentially and causing yourself more stress. That's unnecessary. But like you feel it in your body that it's going to work out, but then your mind ain't with it. It's like a disconnect between the two of them. And so, yeah, that's something to work on and something to think about if you have ever experienced that type of spiritual PTSD. And then the next one is, which is something that we've all dealt with, is mentorship. PTSD mentorship, or like community, or people always working each other and there's no harmony. There's a lot of distrust, especially in the spiritual community now. So that is causing a lot of trauma from people, people taking your money, people who you've trusted and put yourself out there with, trying to build these connections and get taught and learn stuff from, and all they do is screw you over. Definitely a form of PTSD. I definitely have that one too, because I'm having a hard time trusting spiritual people, spiritual workers, people who claim that they are wanting the best for you, but then you realize that it's not exactly what they want. Don't mind my toilet. I'm having issues with it for some reason. Anyway, if you hear it, that's why. So, yeah, people have a lot of issues with spiritual mentors, and that causes trauma, and that causes stress. I would say seek therapy and know that sometimes it doesn't feel like there are good people in the community, but sometimes they're just angels in disguise and you haven't met them yet. So your journey will take you there. It definitely will. And you'll get through it. And whoever you find that's going to be good to you and teach you properly, Spirit has aligned them to step in at the right time. So I hope that this helped. If at any point in time you felt like, why is this happening? Or maybe that's just kind of a trauma response and it causes you stress to even think about it or even want to consider being in a society or joining any sort of coven or ETR or anything else like that, because while there's good, there's bad, and we hear a lot about the bad mostly. I've yet to experience the good in a whole collective community. Now, individually, I have found some amazing people on this path. People that I've never even expected. And I've been an amazing person to people on this path. And I will continue to be there to help people in need, because it's necessary. It's necessary. It's the work that I signed up for. It's the work that I want to do. So I don't take it for granted. I don't. But the trauma resides, and I don't allow it to affect how I view people coming into the community, or daily reactions or daily interactions, is basically what I'm saying. I don't try to let it sway me, you know. I'm a lot more discerning of who is to be trusted and who isn't to be. I guess that comes with not moving so fast. Sometimes we want microwave things, and that doesn't always work out right, you know. Well, they say fast money ain't always good money. I guess that depends on how you getting it, though. This kind of went a whole different direction, but you know what? I'll just let the spirit guide me. And that's kind of what I've been doing these last few months, letting spirit guide me. Spirit, God, guide me and lead me. And they always have put me in the right place at the right time for somebody. Yeah. I could tell you stories. And maybe one day I will share. But just know that there are good people out here. And you don't have to always think that your work is not going to work, because it will. Just be patient. Just be patient. And try not to focus on it. Once you do it, just let it go. Just leave it be. I hope that this helps somebody. Yeah. Have a good night.